Hey, Tom Rabbit! I hope you got this for your recording. Hey, YouTube out there. Tom Rabbit likes to record these. Hey, Tom Rabbit!
Like, look, I don't, like I tell my Orthodox friends like Blackout and my Catholic friends, like, just because I don't do what you do doesn't mean that I think you're wrong. That's between you and God. Like, in my own walk with God, I'm not comfortable doing those Catholic things because I'm not reading scripture that way. But I don't have to sit here and throw rocks at you because you're coming out different on that, because I am not 100% sure how
Hey,
God handles
Caleb,
all that. Yeah.
Caleb, when Paul says in Romans, mark them out that cause divisions contrary to the doctrine that you have received, what does that mean?
Well, see, Darth, but that's the thing. A lot of God's sheep grow up in the Catholic Church, and the doctrine they received, they would turn that against me and you and say,
That's not an answer to the question,
well,
Caleb.
Darth, not everyone is a careful reader of scripture like you.
Caleb, twice, that's not an answer to the question.
Okay. Darth, I don't want to get in with you. All I'm saying is
wait a minute. You were making a commentary here. I asked you a question.
Okay, so
why the fuck are you over talking me while I'm responding to you? Okay? Now, you were making a commentary over what people should or shouldn't do. So I asked you a question to compare and contrast what you're saying with what Paul says in Romans. Mark them out that cause divisions contrary to the doctrine which you have received. I asked you a simple question. What does that mean? And twice you gave me an entirely evasive answer. Maybe the third time will be the charm. Would you like to answer it?
Yeah. Not everyone shares the same doctrine. So a Catholic is going to read that much different than you or I.
Yes, not answering the question. That's the third time you've evaded the question.
Okay. You know what, Darth? Then mute me. If you are really getting, if you're getting,
I don't need to mute you because
I'm not trying to frustrate you.
You're acting a little bit unbecomingly, but you haven't done anything that's crossed the line yet to be muted. Now, I asked you a simple question. Yeah. Was it a simple question, Caleb?
It's a very simple question, but sometimes answers aren't that simple.
Hey, Caleb, how old are you?
51.
Good. I'm 60. Why don't you talk to me like you're an adult?
I'm not talking to you like I'm a kid.
No, you're not. You're talking to me like you're at the cafeteria table. Now, I asked you a straightforward adult question. What does this verse mean? And 3 times you completely dodged it.
It means don't stray away from doctrine. I'm just making the point that everyone has a different doctrine.
4 times you didn't answer it.
Darth, what does it mean? You tell me.
Excuse me, when it says mark them out, okay? Mark them out who are presenting doctrine according to the tradition you have received. Let me read it to you, okay? I'm going to get it in the New American Standard.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so 4 times you didn't. I'm going to quote it.
4 strikes and I'm out.
No, I'm just pointing out that you're trying to put yourself here as being sincere, but 4 times you've completely evaded the question.
No, I'm trying to point out that everyone has a different doctrine.
No, you're trying to evade the question.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you did, because 4 times you never addressed the question.
Evading the question would be going to another scripture or trying to distract you. I'm answering you.
No, you're not. You're not. Do you know what the word prevaricate means?
I think you're going to accuse me of doing that, and I'm not intending to.
That's exactly what you're doing.
All right. Well, Darth, I don't want to frustrate you. If you don't think I'm giving you an honest answer, then talk to someone.
I'm trying to find the verse I can read it here in the New American Standard. Just give me a second.
I'm no teacher, Darth. I'm not here to teach anyone. So.
You most certainly are. You're giving a commentary.
No, I was saying no.
Listen, dude, why the fuck are you over talking?
Darth, that's not being intellectually honest.
Okay, you know what? Now you're crossing the line. Wow. You're acting just like the atheist.
No, Darth. I was simply
asked me a question and I tried to respond to you. Darth. And the moment I tried responding to you, you start over talking me.
All right, I am over talking.
Okay? You're being a jerk. You're being a jerk.
No, I'm not trying to be a jerk to you. But I am telling you that your assessment of what I was doing is incorrect. I was simply
put a pause on it. I'm trying to pull up the verse.
Go ahead.
Okay, it's Romans 16. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. says, keep your eye on those who cause dissensions and hindrances contrary to the teaching you received. In other translation, it says, mark them out. Okay? Mark them out on those who cause dissensions. Now, I asked you, what does this passage, and I quoted it from I believe the King James. Okay, let me read it to you from the.
Okay.
Just give me a second.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which you have learned, and avoid them. Okay. Now it says, mark them out.
Yep.
Okay. Elsewhere in the New Testament, we're called to earnestly contend for the faith and to oppose those who teach false doctrine. I'm sure you're aware of that, right?
Sure.
Okay. Now, I asked you a direct question. 4 times, you didn't answer it. So let's try it for a 5th time.
All right.
What does this verse mean? Because you're sitting there pontificating and saying, oh, well, they have these different doctrines of their practices, and I don't feel comfortable with that, and I don't see it in the scripture, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I asked you, what does the verse mean?
Yeah, I never felt led by the Spirit to mark my own mother out on that Catholic stuff.
Okay, now notice again, for the 5th time, you dodged the question.
I knew you weren't going to like it. But
no,
that's
the issue.
Truth.
Okay. Hey, listen, sleazebag. Stop gaslighting me by saying I didn't like it. You dodged the question for the 5th time, and then you're gaslighting me and saying, "Oh, I knew you wouldn't like it." When you are prevaricating. Did you tell me what the verse means?
Yeah, it means mark out people that don't follow the correct teaching.
Yeah, you're only repeating what it says. I'm asking you what it means.
You tell me. I'm not sure.
Okay, so you don't know then, right?
Yeah, let's just say I don't know. Tell me what it means.
Then if you no, let's just say, are you telling me you don't know what it means?
I'm not sure now. I would love to hear.
You're not sure, but the first 4 times, were you giving me a sincere answer as to what it meant?
I was trying to explain to you
how. You give me a sincere answer about what
I wasn't lying to you. I might not.
Hey, Caleb, why? Listen to me, okay? Do you have obsessive compulsive disorder or Tourette syndrome? You are talking to me when I'm responding to you.
Oh, Darth.
Now, did you sincerely tell me, from your point of view, what the verse meant the first 4 times that I repeated the question to you?
I don't think I gave you a direct answer, but I did answer honestly.
You didn't answer me. You prevaricated.
Okay.
Because you're sitting there pontificating like, oh, I'm not really advocating what people should do. Of course you are. You're basically communicating to people we should not openly oppose sacerdotalism. Now, I want to ask you a very simple question. The sacerdotalism of Eastern Orthodoxy and Catholicism, do you know what that is?
Yeah, but I'm going to let God judge them.
Is it a false gospel?
Darth, they read the Bible different than me.
I didn't ask you about they.
I don't know if it's,
is the sacerdotalism a false gospel?
Only God can answer that for sure.
Okay, wrong. Because we have God speaking in his word. So when you say only God can answer that, you're trying to make it the answer being mysterious as though God hasn't already answered it in the Christian scriptures. Does the Christian scriptures approve of the doctrine of sacerdotalism within Eastern Orthodoxy and Catholicism? Transubstantiation.
I personally don't think so, but I can understand how they read it to mean that.
Wait a minute. You personally don't think so? Is that because of your vivid imagination or because the Bible opposes sacerdotalism?
No, because I don't know exactly where God falls on some of these things.
Wait a minute. You said, oh, you personally don't think so. So is this a belief about sacerdotalism that is not derived from the New Testament?
No, I read the Bible and you don't see me running.
Does the New Testament approve and advocate sacerdotalism as it is taught in Catholicism or not?
Christians have different opinions on that.
Okay, listen to me. Prevaricate one more time, and I will server mute you.
Then just
Darth, shut the fuck up, Darth.
Several times.
He literally just gave you an answer to your question.
He prevaricated.
Darth, he did not prevaricate. He gave you a straightforward answer.
Darth, I'm going to leave because the last thing I want to do. Yeah, I don't want to upset you. I don't want to upset
No, this guy was pontificating about how we should handle these very serious documents.
Hold on, guys.
God bless
Darth is acting like a fucking moron.
No, he does
Darth,
have a point,
what the hell
though.
is wrong with you? He just gave you a fucking answer and you...
Listen.
Yeah, you can shut your big fat mouth, Imelda.
Darth, I didn't mean to upset you. Take over the room, brother. I'll let you.
No, the issue is not taking over the room. You are a sleazy person, okay? Because you're gaslighting. I asked you 5 times what it meant, and the whole time you prevaricated. Then I asked you another direct question, okay? Do the scriptures approve or disapprove of the sacerdotalism as it is taught within Eastern Orthodoxy and Catholicism? And you prevaricated again.
Well, it seems the early church fathers did.
Okay. Yeah, that's a claim that you sacerdotalists make all the time. The issue is the church fathers, okay, are not authoritative. Number 2, you haven't demonstrated, quote, that the church fathers actually taught that. That's just a claim. But the issue is Kaleb is on here he's waxing eloquent, about how tolerant he is, and he just doesn't personally agree with this. And then I ask him a specific question about Romans 16. Mark them out, contrary to the who create divisions, contrary to the doctrines that you have received. And I said, what does that mean? 5 times he prevaricates, and then he gaslights and impugns that I'm the problem. Okay, he's a sleaze. Okay, when you gaslight, then you're purposely trying to be deceptive. And I'm done. You know, my indignation rises when people like that are purposely deceptive and engaging gaslighting while maintaining their being magnanimous.
No, I mean, I don't think Kaleb's been deceptive. So
stop mumbling into your microphone.
Well,
otherwise, mute your microphone, President Eisenhower.
So I think we all heard that Kaleb's
yeah, your microphone is not good, President Eisenhower.
Well, says you.
But I do see a problem with Kaleb here, where I think he's just emotional because his mother was a Catholic, and he doesn't want to admit that she was, basically.
I asked him a direct question. I asked him a direct question. What does Romans 16 mean? What does it mean? Okay. And he on purpose prevaricated. And then he lied several times that he was directly answering the question, which he was not. Never once did he actually address the question. And then about the 5th time he goes, well, I guess my understanding, and then he said, well, you just didn't like it. Mm-hmm. That's gaslighting. That's purposeful deception.
And see, he thinks that it looks innocent. It seems to be innocent when you're on a neutral standpoint like that, but it actually is very dangerous.
I asked him the second question. Do the New Testament scriptures approve or oppose the sacerdotalism practices that is a part of the gospel of Eastern Orthodoxy and Catholicism? Do the scriptures teach this, or do the scriptures oppose this? It was a true dichotomy, okay? And he didn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. But prior to that, he was commenting on it. Like this was a difference over whether we should have a piano in the church or not, or what color should the drapes be.
Neutral. That he was telling us that he's neutral on it. Where
he's not.
Before you joined in, I was going to tell him that
he's not neutral. He's just trying to, sound so magnanimous and cordial. But you know what? You ask him a specific question about a scripture verse. What does it mean? Okay. And he purposely refused to answer. Okay. And then he gaslighted.
You are correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, don't unzip your pants and urinate on my leg and tell me it's raining. Don't tell me, oh, I did answer it. You just don't like the answer. By the way, did you get that, Tom Rabbit?